A cult.
A cult. Jim Norton. Tyson says, or adds, I'm not going to sit here and say Scientology isn't a legitimate religion and other religions are legitimate religions. Oh, illegitimate religion. Okay. And the other ones are legit. Gotcha. They're all based on belief systems. If you attend a ceder, a ceder,
How do you spell it?
S-E-D-E-R.
Seder?
Seder, right.
Yeah.
Seder.
Seder Emelianenko.
If you attend a Seder, there's an empty chair sitting right there and the door is unlocked because Elijah might walk in.
Yeah, that's true. That's just being courteous.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do people feel like silly gooses as that chair is empty?
I think that's totally symbolic, and they know that Elijah ain't showing up in that motherfucker.
It's more of a tradition.
That's if he just showed up to eat some guy. I'm Elijah, and you're like, how do we know you're Elijah?
How many people have sat down in his seat not knowing? Yeah. And then what happens in the house? Are there jokes to be had?
Oh, look at who it is. He thinks he's Elijah.
Look at the big shot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mr. Big Shot, the Goyim.
You Elijah. You know that shit happens.
Yeah, Elijah Schlesinger. And it was good.
Yeah, these are educated people who do this now. Some will say it's ritual. Some will say it could literally happen. So you got people that know that it's symbolic, but there are people, the hardcore ones, are like, no, man, it could possibly happen. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Look at Mormonism, he continues. There are ideas that are as space exotic within Mormonism as there are with Scientology. And it's more accepted because it's a little older than Scientology. So are we just more accepting of something that is older? What do you think of Neil deGrasse Tyson's comments? And then you post on their fucking website and people read it and then they start yelling and screaming at each other.
Yeah.
Hating each other.
Calling them
poopy heads and shit. So it's interesting. I sort of believe that as well. You know, it's easier to accept something that is very, older. Very old.
Yeah, but I know that one of the reasons, too, is that we cannot see interviews with Christ. You know, you saw interviews with Christ and he said dumb shit. You're like, ugh.
Right.
Or you saw that his hair was fucked up or whatever, but
right.
It's easier to have faith in something that is seen as, but this is just, to me, it's just too new.
Right.
But yeah, maybe he's right about it's a religion or a cult. I mean, what's the difference?
We're going to get Neil deGrasse Tyson on the phone?
No, he's going to be on the show on April 23rd.
Well, that's too late.
Yeah, we could talk.
This is hot now.
Yeah, come on, E-Rock.
What the fuck?
Piece of garbage.
What's he going to talk about on the 23rd? About awesome a black hole? Ooh.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah, he might fall in. What if you walked by a bunch of ants? Shut up.
We can talk about
cookie people.
We can talk about asteroids. They scare the fuck out of me.
Hey, when's that astronaut coming in?
Huh?
We have an astronaut coming in here.
That's right.
When?
Astronaut? Is that tomorrow? We got an astronaut coming in. Next week, I think. I think it's next week. I think it's the same day as Louis C.K.
Oh, right, yeah.
Very happy to announce that Louis C.K. will be doing our show next Wednesday, I think. With the season premiere of Louis happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
I saw the first 4 episodes. They are excellent. I believe he's gone even darker with this season. Our own Bob Kelly did a wonderful episode.
Yeah, I hear it was great.
His acting was great.
He plays Louis' brother.
Yeah, Bob Kelly is going to become an actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he is an actor already.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but he's going to be one of these guys you're going to see in a lot of shit, man.
Yeah.
He is on his way.
Hopefully he'll become a comedian, too. That'd be nice. Good luck.
A double threat?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Jeopardy there, Sammy.
Oh, you got it.
Got a contestant.
Oh, yeah.
You saw this?
I know this guy. Good friend of mine.
Yes.
Real character. Yeah.
So what's the backstory? Jeopardy gets awkward with contestants' understanding of consent law.
Well,
pretty.
A question was asked.
Mm-hmm.
And you should pay attention. You know, you're supposed to answer in the form of a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the question that the man answered in was a little bit embarrassing if he thinks it was accurate.
Who's this rotund woman?
She would be a contestant.
Oh. Sorry. I didn't mean that.
I love the quick apology. Love it.
Yeah, she's... who's the other one? She looks like Lady Di.
Well, from 15 years ago, yes.
Yeah, piggy lady.
Why is she so rotund, you think?
A lot of brain food, I guess.
You think she would be fighting for a stall upstairs with the big shot from here?
Yeah.
You think they would be fighting over the stall that's empty?
And wouldn't take her long to use it. Once she got in there, door shut.
Yeah, big fat pants dropped.
Yup.
To unload some carbohydrates?
Yeah.
Sun's out, guns out.
You think she carb loads this one over here?
She would carbo load, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do the clip from Jeopardy.
Yeah, this is good.
In life for 400, please.
In common law, the age of this, signaling adulthood, is presumed to be 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Tom?
What is the age of consent?
No.
Tom made mistakes. There's no reason to ridicule him.
What? Don't they go over this shit before they actually decide to use it on the show? Wouldn't someone like kind of put their hand up and go, look, there's a possibility that someone's going to say what is the age of consent?
They'd probably be
and that's
psyched.
going to make it awkward for everybody. Or are they doing the Steve Harvey thing where they want just crazy answers now so they go viral on the internet?
Probably.
You think?
Although you'd think if it said the girl 12.
Right.
Yeah, I yelled, that's too high, Tom. He was off by 10 years.
10 years.
Sure.
I don't think the average Jeopardy contestant thought that was the age of consent.
What was the answer? I can't even figure it out. No, I mean,
Not the question.
what was the answer to the question? I can't even figure
believe-
out.
I'm going to guess the beginning of puberty.
Puberty?
Yeah.
But a common law, I guarantee you, he was thinking common law marriage. That's probably what he was thinking. That doesn't sound as crazy. When he's in common law, he probably was thinking, marriage, age of consent,
It doesn't sound crazy for a 12-year-old girl to
You
be
could
married.
get
It
common law
does.
marriage to a 12-year-old?
No, but when he saw common law and the ages of 14 and 12, that was probably just what he thought the age of consent to get married.
He was wrong.
Yeah, he was, but I don't think that's as crazy a stretch as it seems.
Girls are reaching puberty at 12.
It's the chicken.
Yeah. Go back. I want to see that again. I want to see the people laugh.
If there's grass on the field.
Yeah, you get in there, you lick the field. You throw the field out. It's too old.
You know what they say. If there's grass on the field, Sam.
Yeah, it's too old. Get rid of that grassy field. Yuck. I like to play on a nice clean field.
Nice driveway.
Yeah, nice smooth driveway.
Very smooth driveway.
Yeah.
Freshly paved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Park my car in there, even if it doesn't function.
Oh, God. Jeez.
Yeah, you
God.
Gotta cram your soft car into the little tight
All right.
garage.
Jesus.
Little garage is snug.
So uncomfortable.
That's bad.
I just sit here and feel all uncomfortable. Feel icky. Make us all feel icky. Yes, we know South Park did an episode totally destroying Scientology.
Yeah, I heard it. It's really good.
It's a very funny episode. Can we hear that again?
Yes.
In life for 400, please.
In common law, the age of this, signaling adulthood, is presumed to be 14 in boys and 12 in girls. Tom?
What is the age of consent?
No.
You think he's mortified today?
Yeah.
Yeah, his answer has gone viral.
But it doesn't seem, honestly, common law, age of this, the age of consent is something you say. You know what I mean? You don't say the age of puberty. You say the age of consent.
Yeah.
And then signaling adulthood, that's actually not as crazy an answer as they're making it out.
Yeah, but everybody who plays Jeopardy, all the answers are weird like this. Like, none of them are actually phrased the way anybody would phrase anything.
I'm more surprised that Jeopardy's still on the air.
Yeah.
Who watches that?
My dad,
He enjoys a good Jeopardy?
he loves to watch
probably
Jeopardy.
plays it at home. My son is a...
You couldn't answer that in the form of a question.
Sure
so
you can.
that's
One with an
incorrect.
N, one with an F. Yes, you can.
Could you like walk us through his Jeopardy watching? Does
Yeah.
he set up his treats and stuff? Like, is it kind of a ritual, or
He
and does
watches-
he do the Wheel of Fortune thing?
No, he doesn't watch Wheel of Fortune. That's for the masses.
They go together though. I think they,
7 and 7:30.
See, E-Rock knows. Why do you know that too?
Because it's always joked upon. It's syndicated at those hours around the country.
Oh,
You know, he's not going to watch Wheel of Fortune. That's for stupid people.
that's for the dunderheads.
He watches Jeopardy while my mom makes dinner, and he asks her every 5 minutes if she's ready for him to put ice in the glasses. You ready for ice? No, Jerry.
What?
Every day for the last 31 years.
What does your OCD psychotic family do?
We ready for ice? No, not yet.
It's his job to put ice in your glasses for dinner?
He puts ice in the glasses for him and my mom because they drink iced tea every single dinner. She brews tea, and every single dinner they have iced tea, and he puts the ice in the glasses.
Why can't people get their own ice?
No
Why-
wonder Sam's a kook, though. That's why Sam's an eating kook. The whole thing is an OCD fucking psychotic house of horrors.
And you can't do it early because then the ice will melt. But if the food's ready and there's no ice, then everything gets held up.
How is it held up? It takes seconds to fill your cup with ice.
So he goes, "You ready for ice yet?"
And
Not yet.
And does he? How much ice? Does he half the glass?
No, it's about 3/4 of the
He
glass.
goes 3/4.
Yeah, it's a lot of
No
'cause
kidding.
It's legit iced tea. It's not bullshit sweetened. Like they make tea and then they ice it.
So let's say Dad wants a second cup of iced tea. Does he dump his ice out?
No.
And refresh the ice cubes?
Put a couple more cubes in,
Okay,
maybe,
Gotcha.
but does not dump out the ice.
But that's really his job every day for the last 31 years?
Yeah. We're ready for ice yet? Not yet.
What if it's Final Jeopardy? Or your mom at this point has it all timed out, like, okay, the dinner's got to be ready right around the Final Jeopardy question, and then Jerry could come in and fill the cups with ice.
Yeah, it's not going to conflict.
Oh my God, that's so weird, man. That is fucked up.
Yeah.
Sometimes my dad will snack. I went over there the other day, and there were Doritos crumbs in the peanut butter.
And he was dipping it?
Because he had run out of like Tostitos and salsa. So he just found stuff.
That rules.
And I saw him, and I know he was dipping Doritos in the peanut butter jar.
Kook.
Jerry.
I'm like, what are you
Love
doing?
Jerry.
It's great. Have you had it? It's delicious.
He might have came up with a new snack. You never know.
Doritos and peanut butter.
yeah.
I could see where that would be tasty, and I completely understand what he's doing.
Dipping is good.
I love peanut butter, but you need something with it.
But then you take the peanut butter out
Just
next time
something.
you want to use it, and it's full of Doritos crumbs.
So why don't you just fucking take a knife and use it, then dip and scrape it off the knife with the fucking Doritos?
I don't know. He dips the Doritos in a jar.
Speaking of peanut butter, you want to know my treat? I make tiny little saltine peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for myself.
But on saltines, that's
I love
like
a saltine.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Love a saltine.
I
Yeah, when you have
spread that
the
peanut
flu.
butter on nice, a little jelly, put another saltine on top. I got mini little.
and that's a treat.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful treat.
I lick them and smell them. The saltine.
Do you have to smell it after you lick it?
It
smell
doesn't
your
smell. No,
gross
no, no,
breath?
no, it doesn't smell like breath at all. It smells like the actual. Never
Wet
smells
cracker?
Yeah, like cracker.
You like wet cracker?
It smells weird. Like lick a pretzel and sniff it. I don't know why I've been doing that my whole life.
You do?
Yeah.
That's OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy goes, yeah.
My parents are weird for getting ice, but you're licking crackers and smelling them.
Exactly. I agree. You're saying that sarcastically, but what you just said is correct. Those are not mutually exclusive things.
Jimmy and I are gym rats, so we can appreciate some good salt.
That's right.
Salt tastes way better after you work out.
Didn't realize I was hanging out with a
Way
couple
better.
of gym rats.
Yeah.
Yep.
According to Colin, that's exactly what I am. You didn't see the episode?
I still
Cop
have.
Show?
I still haven't seen your episode. I'm behind on Cop Show, which is
Yeah.
brilliant. People should watch Colin
It's
Quinn's
very good.
Cop Show. I'm behind though. I apologize. I got to watch that now tonight. All right. So the Jeopardy thing was a little awkward for everybody involved. But Alec, or is it Alex? Alex
Trebek.
I think he says Alec, right?
No, he says Alex.
Oh, the other guy
Trebek.
says Alec, right?
Nobody
Baldwin.
says Alec.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, that's his name.
I know. I was trying to figure out which one is Alec and which one is Alex.
Alex Trebek.
All right, Alex Trebek. Did I ever tell you the story that he married someone from the neighborhood
I don't think so.
that I used to know very well?
How did it go?
God, you don't listen. She was on my bus every day from pretty much kindergarten through high school.
And her crowning achievement is that she married Alex Trebek.
Yes, and I was good friends with her brother, who's no longer with us, unfortunately. Yeah, I know the family.
So your dead friend's sister married Alex Trebek?
Yes, that is a fact.
That's pretty dope.
Actually, my brother knew her better because they were in the same grade. But yeah,
Are they still married?
I think so.
How's his
We've
piece?
lost touch over the years, Sam. It's been a while.
What's he packing?
I do know how my friend died, but
How'd your friend die?
How did your friend die?
horrific car accident.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
And he had some holes in his skull
Holes in his skull?
before the car accident.
Well, how do you get
no.
holes in his skull?
He had some issues.
Yeah,
Ecstasy?
He yelled at the doctor, "You're in my fucking skull."
He had issues with his brain and his skull.
MDMA?
But we all still loved him.
Too big, or his brain was swollen?
I don't know. I think they had to try to get some of that liquid out.
Drain that motherfucker.
I think. Yeah. Or this was a dream.
Yeah.
This might be a dream now. I'm not sure if I know Alex Trebek's wife now.
It was all a dream.
I don't know if that was a dream or if I actually know her. Oh
dream
boy,
word of
I
magazine.
gotta ask my brother. I'm a doctor, and I know why Jimmy licks his pretzels.
Okay, cool.
Oh no,
Because he eats pretzel sticks and it's a phallic symbol.
No, even the crackers, which are not phallic symbols.
I
at all.
so wish this was a psychologist
Like the
instead of a
floor.
doctor.
Hello.
Yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, hey guys. How you
What's up, Doc?
doing? Jimmy, your saliva has an enzyme in it called amylase. So digestion actually begins in the mouth. Most people think digestion begins in the stomach. But you start breaking down sugars, complex sugars, into simple table sugar right in your mouth. So if you chew a cracker long enough, it'll start to taste very sweet. So you're probably attracted to the sweet smell of the cracker or the pretzel turning into a aroma of sweet sugar.
Oh,
That's why you
see,
like it.
I'm a little animal in the forest who likes sweet sugar.
Oh, we all are. We all are.
No, sir, I'm a cute little animal in the forest scurrying for sugar treats. That's why I lick a vagina.
Yeah.
It turns into sugar. It's funny. It goes from human to fish. Oof.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, guys.
Why were you sniffing and stuff? Aaron?
Was I sniffing? Yeah.
You were
Oh, no,
whispering and sniffing at the same time.
I have allergies.
Oh, okay. Why don't you take care of it? You're a doctor. Don't you get the good stuff?
No, I take the over-the-counter stuff.
Why?
That's another thing for you. Why? Well, that is the good stuff.
No, I get the sprays and
they have-
stuff.
No, I mean the Claritin and Zyrtec, they're all very good. And they're generic now, so
As he sniffs.
they're very yeah, well,
All right.
they're pretty severe around here.
All right.
A lot of dust.
Thank you, Aaron.
Guys,
Peace.
oh, thank you. You have a great show. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed yesterday. Thank you.
Oh, you enjoyed yesterday. It was
Sure.
Wow, it took years
Yeah,
of my
no,
life.
Those salty tears tasted like sugar. They hit your
What the
tongue.
fuck? You enjoyed yesterday? Who enjoys that? No, thank you, Aaron. I'm fucking around. Thank you, buddy. Let me go to Shane in Texas. Shane.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, there's another clip on Jeopardy where the guy just comes out and says donkey punch is the answer.
Can we find that, Sam? Of course. I like when they get a little wild on Jeopardy. They get a little wild.
Break up. I'm driving truck.
This might lead to some Steve Harvey clips if you stay with the program, because we love when Steve Harvey gets crazy. What's that show again?
Family Feud?
Yeah, the Family Feud thing. All right, I think here it is.
That's it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
With Herod?
Yeah.
Punch for 800, please.
A blow to the back of the neck is the punch named for this animal. Mike.
What is a donkey?
No. Betsy.
What is a rabbit punch?
Rabbit, yes.
Punch for 600, please.
Fight.
That's stupid. You think Alex knows what a donkey punch is?
Yeah, sure. He's been the victim of this.
Thank you, Shade. Yeah,
Hey, no problem. Thanks a lot, guys.
they're obviously going for viral clips.
Yeah, punch.
They know how well it works for Family Feud, because that video has 1 million views, the donkey punch video. So, Rand Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, has he
Utes-
announced for is he
Yeah, it's
actually-
official. He's running for president, and the Utes of America want him.
I don't like him for some reason. I don't remember exactly why. There was something about him I didn't. Oh, his TSA thing. He did something I thought felt staged, but maybe he's the best one. I mean, I'd probably prefer him over anybody else.
Yeah, I know the young kids are really all about Rand Paul.
Right.
I got a brother-in-law that's all about it, loves him. I don't know much about him. You know, how much different is he than his dad?
I don't know. Again, I can't say if he's as conservative with certain things or as liberal. I really don't know.
A little more mainstream than his dad, I would assume, right?
Maybe
A little bit. I don't know. He'll get a lot of votes. I think, but he gets a lot of votes from people that probably wouldn't normally vote. I would assume.
Yeah, a vote for him is some people like him, but there are people who are just voting against the norm. But who knows? We'll see.
Well, a lot of people are excited about that. You hear about Apple? They don't want those fucking lines anymore. Why wouldn't they want the? Oh, I know why. I didn't read the story, but I bet you this is the reason.
People, I think I know too.
The people that set up the people with the
the Chinese
marketing.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the marketing. It's the Chinese people that come and take all the product.
All the product.
I mean, the marketing isn't that big of a deal.
They don't care about that because it used to be like people were online because they really cared about the product, and then it turned out all these big businesses said, "No, fuck that. Let me pay you to be on the line. You wear shirts, and now we're getting free advertising."
Yeah,
and the person is just there for the big company.
They did that for like the first 15 people, but I mean, like when the iPhone came out, there were thousands of Chinese people that were sent in to just buy as many phones as they possibly could.
I remember you bitching about that. Now that I think
you waited, and then all those people in front of you.
Yeah,
they're just going to do it. There only a certain amount of Asian people are allowed to wait. I'm surprised that they're going down that road.
Just have a cutoff. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's the reason they're doing it?
I believe so.
But I mean, if you're an Asian guy buying phones for what, China, I guess?
Yeah.
Was that the big one? The big country?
I think so.
Or just Asian countries in general?
I believe it was China.
Okay, so how many were you allowed to buy?
I think they were paying cash.
5? That's it?
At the initial release of them, I think you were allowed up to 5.
Oh.
But they were bus loading people in.
Right. Not in my neighborhood, man.
I mean, on the 5th Avenue, on the staple Apple store here in the city, it was 2 blocks worth of just Asian people that didn't speak English.
Not our neighborhood.
I mean, the big store.
Yeah, but our neighborhood has an Apple store.
That's right.
There's no Asians there, so.
Nope.
5th Avenue.
It's all wasps.
All white people.
Yep, just white.
White Plains Apple
Wonderful
store.
white people.
Yep. Just being good.
Just being good.
$10 church tippers, huh?
So yeah, you're all about it now. I finally turned you on the $10 fucking offering.
What's a classy move?
Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it.
Yeah, big bucks.
Big bucks.
I didn't see anyone else with a 10 spot for the basket.
Tenner for the basket.
That's right.
A nice shiny tenner.
Bada bing, bada boom.
I mean, they have to be taking a taste. They have to be.
Well, especially if you're dropping 10s in there. I mean, come on.
You're the guy. You take the baskets, and now you go in the back of the church. You're telling me you're not taking a taste.
Yeah, I'd say, I don't know. He dropped a 1 in and keep that 10.
You're sitting there going, wow, I need gas on the way home. There's no ATM machines around. Look at all this cash. You're not taking a quick 20?
They live there.
Yeah, but then I think it's the people that volunteer with the baskets. They're the ones that go back and go to that room on the right side or whatever.
It wouldn't be Catholic Church wouldn't be in so much trouble if the basket was the only thing the priest was taking a taste of.
We wish that's
what
all
they think when they see youngsters.
Right.
I got to take a taste. Huh?
Not that tempting $10 bill.
Absolutely.
It's a little something else.
Yeah, it's the 10YO boy.
I left the church Easter Sunday, and one of the priests, who was a wonderful man, by the way, he was wearing a violet-colored baseball cap. And right away, I was like, oh, my God, what are you doing?
It's Easter.
Yeah, well, that's what he said.
Yeah.
But he said, and he knew people were looking at him like, what the hell? This looks a little, But then again, if you're a pedophile, it doesn't mean you're gay. Because everyone yells at me every time this comes up. I understand that. Sure. I do understand that. But the hat itself looked, let's just say, a little...
fashion forward?
A little fruity.
Oh.
So that made people start thinking about everything the history of churches. And it was a little weird. And then the guy had to say, no, I got this, for $1 at the, the mall.
Hat store?
Mm-hmm. I just thought he picked a kind of a strange color. But I guess he was feeling festive for Easter.
It's Easter. Spring is right around the corner.
I know, but we're all on
your pastels.
The point is, we're all on high alert with the priest thing. High alert.
Yeah, I don't know if violet hats are
a sign
or a dead pedophile giveaway. I don't.
Would you wear a violet hat?
I don't know, but my head's big.
On Easter?
I don't wear violet. I don't wear hats. My head's too big.
Would you wear a violet hat, Jimmy, on Easter?
I'd wear one on every day but Easter.
Your Wednesday hat.
Yes, I would.
It would be your Wednesday hat.
Yeah, why not?
Violet hat wearing motherfucker.
I'd wear some violet pants on Easter.
Sure you would.
Why not?
A hole in the back.
I know.
No, they'd be sewn up.
You take dicks.
I know what you said.
Okay.
I know our priests weren't pedophiles because they played golf every day at the Huntington Crescent Club. They were way into their golf game. They didn't have time for that other nonsense.
I mean, to be fair, if I remember correctly, I think your kid got baptized by a priest who was wearing camo fatigues. So,
yeah, I thought that was silly too, Sam.
Yeah, it didn't make
I
any
think
sense.
all this is silly. The guy got lazy. You could still see the camouflage. Oh, you were there. Why am I explaining this? Pants under the robes.
He had his robes and stuff on, but you could see his ankles under it, and he was definitely wearing boots and camo pants.
And then he was trying to tell us the water came from some special place.
You're like, you're dressed up like G.I. Joe under your robe.
So what, does FedEx just deliver the special water to churches?
Let me just bless it.
No, he was saying it actually came from, like, where do they get it?
Remember that infomercial where you could get a packet of holy water if you called now?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I bet he called a whole bunch of times.
All right, so Apple wants people to stop camping out. Well, that's so that, everyone has a good opportunity to get their new products instead of it being all just gobbled up by... You're the racist here, saying Asians do it.
It's not racist, but I'm saying I'm not saying all Asians do it. I'm saying the people who are doing it are Asians.
You said all Asians.
No, I mean, I know Asian people that aren't doing it.
Right.
But the people that are...
Yeah. Are mostly Asians?
All Asians.
All. That's what makes it racist.
I saw them.
Yeah, there's probably another guy in there that's not Asian that's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but he's not part of the network.
Oh.
There's a network, an organized network of Asian people that were being brought in.
Just to get all the products.
You see, he didn't even speak English.
All right.
They just kept saying I was here first.
What happened to Dave Brocky?
Who is
From
that?
Guar?
Yeah.
He died.
No, I know that. We had him in here. He was a great guy, by the way. Family is suing Guar?
There's like $1 million worth of, for $1 million or so, and they say they took a lot of his personal effects or something.
Yeah.
Stealing his remains, not his actual remains, right? What remained at his house? They didn't steal his actual remains, did they?
I don't know, because I read that they...
Or they want you to think that.
No, they didn't steal the ashes.
Well, it says
I know
$1 million for allegedly stealing his remains and possessions. They want you to think that Guar took his ashes, basically. God, they're slick in the media. Oh, we're part of the media.
You're on the fringe of the media.
Thank you. Whatever that means.
They're saying they didn't steal him, but the attorney had all his stuff for weeks, so they just claimed it. So they have his ashes and his material.
Oh, so they are talking about his remains.
they're talking about his ashes. His
So they
remains.
are claiming that the band Guar took his actual ashes.
They say they got it legally. They didn't steal it, but the family's claiming you stole it.
So what are they going to do with his ashes? Why does the band want his ashes?
Because that's their brother.
Is that what it says in the article?
No, but that's,
He's guessing.
it's Guar.
Yeah.
What else did they get from him?
The goal, the suit suggests,
Right.
was to cash in on Brocky's likeness and effects without permission. Maybe put up a Guar museum with ashes and Guar suits. I don't know.
Huh. So they're going to give the ashes back?
But the most Guarish accusation is that the band's surviving members pilfered Brocky's cremated remains, which it keeps under lock and key at Slave Pit headquarters.
I love Slave Pit headquarters.
For reasons the suit does not make clear.
What happens at Slave Pit headquarters, you think?
I don't know.
People get eaten by monsters.
Ooh. We need some Guar fans to call in. Never really got into Guar, but he was cool. We had him on a couple times.
Great.
Dave was really a nice guy, and he did very well on Fox. When
he's on Red Eye a lot.
He did Red Eye and all. He was a very good talker.
I think that was a mask, though.
No, I don't think so.
I got pissed too badly.
Really?
Yeah, we have a guest at 10 anyway, right?
We have Gary Cole coming in.
Yeah.
Promoting Veep season
Great,
4.
that show.
What show?
Different strokes.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, you did ask. Can you tell me what happens at the Slave Pit before Jimmy pees his pants?
Well, the Slave Pit is where all these bands get together. Guar, Death Piggy,
Right.
Ex-Cops,
Right.
Locust Factor,
Right.
Mansria.
Why do they get together there? It's a venue?
No. It's a
Like a
record
club?
label. Yeah.
Oh, it's a record
It's a
label.
company.
Oh, okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. All right, now
Yeah.
I know. All right, Jimmy's got to take a leak. You
Badly.
promoting anything today, Jimmy?
Just the Rochester thing. My special's April 24th. People already know it. If they want to come, they'll come see me in Rochester at the end of the month.
We're doing a Rochester visit soon. Maybe I should team up with you and Kenny. We could go together.
You should say when you do stuff like that, you got to be like, I'll be in Rochester. You already know what it is.
Okay.
Try it.
I'll be in Rochester, and you guys, you know the gig, right?
That's not it.
Yes, it is.
That wasn't it.
That's what you said.
No, it wasn't.
It sounded exactly what you said.
Yeah.
What do you want him to say?
I'll be in Rochester. You know what it is? A city and shit.
Don't ad lib.
No, it's not good.
Don't add. No.
All right.
Why? It's a city and shit. I can see that
How
on a
about this?
T-shirt. Yes.
I'll be in Rochester. You know what Sam is?
Huh?
Cocksucker.
More with Opie and Jim after this.
Chip% on the scene. Chip% on the scene. Yeah!
What's that? Well, can we interview you for Chipper TV? It's talking to people at Comic-Cons. What's your hat supposed to be?
Supposed to be the mushroom head for Toad.
The mushroom. Uh-oh. Like magic mushrooms? Like you're gonna get zooted or something?
Yeah, we're magic brownies, right?
I got so fucked up one time. I was smoking reefers and doing Mary Janes and whatnot. And my friend's like, you want to do mushrooms? I'm like, fuck that shit.
No, it's just at that point, you're just like, no, maybe later.
Yeah, I get too zooted. I get fucking crazy, you know? Fucking throw shit at the cops and whatnot. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
So, how's your Comic-Con?
So far, so good. I'm trying to meet girls, make friends. Where's your boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, that's nice. You want to go out for some pea soup or something?
I gotta go meet up with my cousin. She's a artist.
What the fuck?
She's an artist here.
Damn it. Where you from?
I live in France.
Oh, what brings you here from France? Oh my God, look at that guy's bulge. That's the biggest pecker I ever seen. I like you. Where's your boyfriend?
He's walking around here somewhere.
Shit.
I gotta go before he gets mad.
Thought I was gonna get that too. God damn it. I can't get no puss here.
Chip% on the scene. Chip% on the scene. Yeah!
Fucking home run, Chipperson.
This is Opie Radio. The show is back.
Yeah. Of course, from Office Space. Gary Cole's going to be in studio in a few minutes. Really fast. I got like 2 minutes, right? Clemson puts Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity on probation. These fraternity stories are hot. They're hot.
Yep.
They had a Christmas party. I find nothing wrong with a fraternity having a Christmas party. The Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity is in trouble again, this time at a Clemson University chapter where members hosted a racially charged Christmas party. Frat brothers and their guests dressed like gangster stereotypes at the December bash, posing for photos in baggy pants and bandanas while flashing hand signs modeled after inner city street gangs.
Can't they just say black? Fuck, and the bottom line is they're modeling after a gang.
Right.
Like assholes at college. Colleges just suck.
They really do. We had these parties all the time at college. Just you think of an outrageous subject and you have a party about it. No different than the Halloween parties we go to every fucking year where everyone is trying to outdo each other with the outrage. Doesn't mean anything in the end. Clemson officials on Monday announced the chapter would spend 2 years on probation. And like the Oklahoma scandal, the Clemson frat brothers were undone by cell phone images that quickly made their way to partygoers posted pictures with Merry Christmas greetings, a play on the California-born Crips street gang. The fraternity's national organization suspended about 24 Clemson members after the party, and chapter leaders were booted from office. Oh,
what fucking bait? Fraternities, you're just douchebags. You're fucking just pussies.
I find nothing wrong with this. You might as well go start attacking the dorms, because the dorms have these type of parties as well, not just frats and sororities. What's the problem here? What would they say that the problem is?
It's racially charged.
The guy is wearing a Tupac shirt.
Let me see a picture, Sam. They're greedy, hogging the pictures.
Look, it's just a goof. You can see they're just being goofballs.
Yeah, they are. They're just being gang members. So if they were all dressed like Italians with the fucking hats on and pretend they were mobsters, I guess that'd be a problem too.
Right.
All right, here comes Gary Cole.
Gary
Let's ask
Cole.
him what he thinks.
Really?
Let's yell at him.
Let's yell at Gary Cole.
Hey, how are you? Sam.
Hey, Gary, how are you, buddy?
Hey.
First time on the show.
What's it?
How you doing?
Liking the mustache.
Good, how are you?
Good.
You pull off the mustache well, sir. You do. Is that bad?
What's that?
Is it bad that I say you pull off the mustache
no,
well?
Absolutely not.
Is it for your character?
Normally the character on Veep has I've got a beard.
Right.
But
you just decided to go mustache.
Because we're on hiatus now, so.
Right.
Doesn't it bother?
I go half facial hair.
I had to shoot something recently where they taped a mustache on me, and it just felt
It's fun.
It drove me. I like the look of it because I like looking awful, but it looked bad on because on my face a mustache just doesn't work. I have a chubbier face.
I don't know. It works in that picture you sent me.
But it itches so much. I don't know how you guys live like that.
Was it taped or was it glued?
Glued. It was a pretty good glue. It smelled like airplane glue.
It was a big scene he filmed there, Gary.
Well, you know, it wasn't big. It was like
it was a very big scene.
But the airplane glue, it's like a weird, like a model.
You can
glue
smell it?
Yeah.
You get a mild buzz, but then that novelty wears off.
Exactly.
So is your beard taped on, or you grow it?
No, I grow the beard.
Okay, was that a child's question? I really asked a little fucking childish question.
It's inside show business question.
Yeah. Is your beard real, mister?
Sometimes.
Did you go to college?
I attended college. I did not graduate.
All right. We talk about frats and how much trouble they get into.
Yeah, they're. Why didn't you graduate? The acting bug. It was time to move on?
Well, no, that's what I was studying, but I was at a state school that actually had required courses in order to graduate, and I did the math, and I figured I'd get out in about 8 years, so I decided to exit.
I slowed down my college experience. I did an extra year.
Oh, you did?
I was having so much fun. It wasn't even about the classes. I'm like, wait, if I slow down, then I don't have to study as much. I can party a little more, and I'll still get the degree.
Sure.
It was brilliant on my part, I think.
No, I don't think I ever would have made it out.
No.
What was you going to major?
I was a theater major.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, so I was, and I knew it. So that was part of it, too. I didn't think a degree wasn't going to make a difference.
What state college?
Illinois State University.
Oh, okay.
Not U of I, but...
Yeah, okay. And what was your first acting gig?
My first acting gig was theater in Chicago, basically.
Right.
And then the first thing I did on camera was a day on an old... I don't even know what's on the air now. One Life to Live here in New York
soap.
City. Yeah.
Is that still on? I don't know. The big one just ended, didn't it?
Yeah, they've all been wiped out.
They
except
finally
for two
got
or three
wiped
of them.
out.
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives, didn't that end recently?
They may still be around. I don't know. But.
They hung in there for a long time, but I think they're finally wiped out.
Yeah.
I don't really see them on TV during the day. Whatever.
So when you're a theater major, do you have to be good, or can you be a lousy actor and be a theater major?
Well, if you got if your check clears, I'm sure. I mean,
okay.
There was this was not an audition situation.
It wasn't like the Fame School.
No. You didn't have to didn't have to perform to get in. So.
Well, Juilliard you have to too. That's a performing arts school. Don't you have to?
They don't take riffraff there apparently.
Well,
you got to be pretty good.
You're certainly not riffraff, sir. Been in a lot of culty things, I should say. Office Space is certainly a bit culty.
Yeah.
People are obsessed with that movie.
Yeah. No, it was when it in the theater it didn't do well, but then it surprised everybody and then just kind of hung on afterwards.
Why did it do well in the theaters?
Yeah, I think it was a weird marketing thing. It was a very strange poster. Nobody understood. I mean, it looked like a guy that was dressed like a turkey or something.
Right.
He had Post-its all over him.
Yeah.
But that was weird. I just don't think it was sold. Probably.
Was it frustrating at the time because you probably felt like this is a good movie? Why didn't it find its audience initially?
Yeah, but that's the situation with a lot of movies. I mean, you never know if it's gonna have any kind of impact at all. The good news for Office Space, at least then, was that it didn't cost a great deal to make.
Right.
So, it wasn't looked upon right away as this gigantic, failure because it basically kind of broke even.
Yeah.
And then it had a life after that.
Oh God, yeah. And people just quote it all the time now.
How long after did it start to become people become obsessed with it?
It was, we noticed, all of us, we kind of compared notes because we've seen each other from time to time because the movie lasts and there's been reunions and stuff. But I noticed that probably a year or so after the movie, people were coming up to me and quoting the dialogue. And I was surprised at that because I thought, well, this movie went away a long time ago, but that was really not the case. That was really... Movie premiered or opened in February of '99, which was probably, kind of at the peak of DVDs, their influence. I mean, they've since really dropped away, but that, I think, for some reason, the word of mouth spread on that, and that the sales spread from DVDs, and then, all the cable channels like Comedy Central and TBS and stuff. And then they began to run it constantly, and then it just kind of stuck around for a while.
Amazing. That was the days of Blockbuster.
Yeah, right.
That helped.
Blockbuster.
No, but that helped you because after a while you're like, what else can I?
Now they're all
see?
hookah bars.
Right. It's really sad when you see an old Blockbuster that they still have. They still haven't sold it yet, and the logo is very faded,
yellow and blue sign.
The sidewalk has shrubbery that is outgrowing the place now.
I like it because they wouldn't rent porn, so I was always kind of rooting for them to go down. That kind of annoyed me.
You cater to your audience.
I kind of missed the Blockbuster experience because you kind of socialized a little bit.
Yeah.
You ran into some people from the neighborhood, whatever. It caught up a bit. I don't know. I liked it. I was old school.
They would have 500 copies of the new movie. They really. There was one point where they guaguaranteed they would have a new movie.
They finally figured it out. That wait, we probably should make more copies of this stuff.
Right.
But what were we gonna? We're gonna talk about Veep.
Obviously, Veep, and of course, being Mr. Brady, which was a big one.
Did you like playing Mr. Brady?
Mr. Brady was I was a little fearful, only when I put everything on at once. You know, at first I tried the wig on, and I went, okay, I can live with this.
Yeah.
And then I tried the clothes on, but without the wig.
Right.
And I said, yeah, okay, maybe I can live with this too. Right. Then I saw it all together on the first day when I was supposed to come out of the trailer. I said, oh boy, I don't know. I think I'm going to stay in a trailer before I end my career.
Yeah.
But no, it was handled really well. And Betty Thomas, who I'd known, who directed it.
She was in Hill Street Blues, right?
She was.
Same person? Yeah.
Right, exactly. And she went on to direct. She went on to have a really good career directing features.
She was topless in Used Cars.
Is that right?
Did you ever see that with Kurt Russell?
I know. No, I mean, I've seen some of it only on TV. So that scene's probably edited.
Jimmy loves Used Cars.
It's a funny comedy, but I believe that she's
Jack Warden, right?
Yes.
Jack Warden played two roles.
Right. Yeah.
I think she was, and Michael McKean and the guy who played Lenny and Squiggy both. And I think there's a moment where her fucking shirt gets caught on the hood ornament, and it goes up, and her tits come out, and the guy who played Squeaky goes, "Oh, don't you hate women?" It was so funny. It was really a funny fucking movie. It's a very under the radar.
You turned me on to Used Cars.
It's one of my favorite things ever.
There's some funny lines in that movie.
But I think that was her.
No, she is. I do know for a fact she was in that movie.
Right. But you guys, that movie was brilliant. The Brady Bunch.
Yeah. That was a great idea to leave them. To leave the Bradys trapped, in 69 or 1970, whatever it is, and then have everybody else regard them as like, hideous monsters.
Yeah, it was really funny.
So it worked.
Oh, there it is. Do you want to see the clip there, Gary?
Sure.
Can we turn you on to something today? There she is.
Oh, nice.
There she is.
Yeah, that shit rather lovely breast. I'm guessing that was before Hill Street Blues, too. That was probably... What year was Hill Street Blues?
That's not her. Where? Up here?
Yeah, I think they're saying that's her. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
There we go. Okay,
is that her?
Wait, let me see this.
Oh, is that her? Maybe that's not the one who came topless.
Oh, so maybe not. Maybe it's not her.
That's not the topless girl. No, is that her?
Yeah, this is a scene that was edited. I've never seen that on they don't show that on the television.
Is that her?
Version. That is her. The one that dancing. That's her.
That's definitely her.
Okay, yeah, she's not topless. Sorry, she's not the one who gets caught topless.
I don't know. Maybe she is topless.
No, she's not. 'Cause I remember the scene.
Yeah, but maybe they edited it out.
I think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
he seems to be very knowledgeable.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, but
okay. She's got pasties on.
She's not the one I'm thinking of, though.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, it was a fucking hilarious movie. Frank McRae. You know Frank McRae?
No.
Black actor. He was in. He played Eddie Murphy's sergeant in 48 Hours.
Right. Okay.
He was in 1941.
Right.
One of those guys that everyone knows his face, like a J.T. Walsh. You know his face.
Oh, yeah. He's in everything.
J.T. was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that was in every movie, and nobody seemed to know his name.
Right.
So how many did you do? Did you do more than one Brady Bunch or just one?
We did 2 features. Betty only directed the first one, and then there was a second one, and they took the idea from the show when they went to Hawaii. So it was the Brady's go to Hawaii. I forget the sequel. I think
Mr.
it was called-
Hanalei was in that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Mr. Hanalei.
Right, and they get lost in some cave or something, just like the episode.
Sure.
And then later on, there was a television version where the Bradys, I for some reason become elected president, and we move into the White House.
Oh, that's cool.
Not a stretch at all. But
No, he's a good man.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
family man.
I didn't see that one. That was the only one I did not see, Gary. I apologize.
Well, you and most of the rest of the world. So.
Hey, was that like a Smokey and the Bandit 3? Like where the first two did okay financially?
Cannonball Run 9.
Yeah. Remember the third one where I think Burt Reynolds wouldn't do it, and they only got
they got Paul Williams and
no, the singer. Oh, who's Jerry Reed?
Jerry Reed.
Jerry Reed. Yeah, okay.
Who played?
Oh, there was one without Burt
Oh
Reynolds?
yeah, I think Burt had like a cameo. He agreed to do a cameo probably just because he fucking knew Jerry Reed had a mortgage payment or whatever. He's like, all right, I'll just do it.
Wasn't his cameo? He was just in a car.
It was awful. It's probably footage they shot in 2 and didn't
they just
use. Was one of those,
And then he was
definitely.
laughing as Jerry Reed was flying by or something.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. So you knew it was time to move on from the Brady Bunch. But it was a good run though.
Oh yeah, no, we had a lot of fun, and they worked. They worked well for what they were.
I love.
Yeah, you have to kind of doing it the way they did it makes it like they're making fun of it, but there's still you can't just take it seriously. It's
right.
No, the best idea they had was that they were. It was like we were actually the straight men, and everybody. We had Michael McKean in the first one, and Gene Smart, and their reactions to us was what really got. We got a lot of mileage out of that. Because when I first heard they were going to do a script, I said, well, my first instinct was, well, why would you do that? You know what I mean? But they had a good take on it, and she made a real effort to kind of make it look, exactly like the show was shot. I mean, when you were in the house, it was just. We had the AstroTurf backyard, and
how do they do that? It looked like the exact house.
Well, it was. They recreated everything pretty much to right down to the table lamps.
It was unbelievable.
We shot actually on the same stage.
Oh, okay.
At Paramount, and yeah, I mean they wanted a recreation of not only what it looked like, but the people too. They wanted that that memory in everybody's mind.
Did they have some of that stuff just laying around?
I don't know. I think it probably had gone by the wayside. I just think they recreated it a little bit.
Right.
I would love to have heard some of those fights that Robert Reed had with Sherwood Schwartz, because Sherwood Schwartz wanted to make it this fucking wacky comedy, which it became. But Robert Reed wanted to do like a serious family drama or a show that really gave a message, and he was just disgusted.
He was more into drama. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, Roots. That was his thing.
Yeah.
Well, that all came afterwards. But he had done like the what was it? The Defenders, I think. Robert Reed. He had done mostly. Yeah, he had done mostly dramatic stuff. And Sherwood was actually around. He was a lot of fun on the set, and he kind of recalled some of that. Some
really?
Conversations with Robert Reed, and he would just Bob. It's just a family with 6 kids. It's not Shakespeare. Come on.
Those guys, we had Barry Williams in recently, and those guys, Christopher Knight too, and those guys didn't make any money.
They're not happy.
Well, that was also in the days of that. I think they were even there. That was pre-residuals, right? Yeah.
But my point to those guys was someone made a lot of money, so they should just give them a couple envelopes as a thank you. They open up their mailbox one day and go, look, this wasn't part of the deal.
Just rely on the kind-heartedness of show business executives.
But I got hundreds of millions in the bank over this show, so here's a little Christmas gift. Wouldn't that be nice, Gary, in a perfect world?
It would be great. It would be great if, producers woke up in the morning and said, I think I'm just going to spread a little cheer to those that deserve it. So,
I know.
How can I make this right?
I can make someone's day today, but I decide that I don't want to do that. I would rather die with $100 million in the bank.
Exactly.
Well, some lawyer would advise you against it. Go, no, because if you give the money, that implies that you owe them money, and then they're going to come and ask for more.
That's opening up a can of worms.
Yeah, you can't do it. You can't admit any wrongdoing at all. But they got really... There was residuals back then, I think, too, because didn't Joyce Randolph get them? Like, she was the only one from the Honeymooners who got residuals because her brother-in-law was a lawyer or something?
Yeah, but that was later on after syndication deals. That wasn't the original run of anything. I don't think anybody through the 60s, and you're talking about like Dick Van Dyke and
Mary Tyler
Andy
Moore,
Griffith. Well, Mary Tyler Moore's show afterwards, but up until 1970 or 71, I don't think anybody saw really any money after the fact.
Who started it? Who was the first show?
I
Or
don't
what was
know.
the
I
first
just
show?
think it was. I really don't know the history of it, but it was all of those. I mean, you know, that '60s period up until then. I think there was, you know, whatever the system was, it was little or nothing that they received.
I'm gonna look that up when you're not here, Gary.
There you go.
I'm not gonna waste your time with this.
There you go.
I'm guessing MASH.
You think it's MASH?
Yeah, I mean, it's around that time.
I kind of remember something about MASH maybe being a pivotal point in that, because I think Alan Alda was involved in some litigation about it.
Right.
You know, because that show, first of all, show was on 11 seasons.
Right.
So, and it reran, you know, it was everywhere. It was like everywhere, you know, all day long.
Whenever there was a rain delay in baseball, you turn on and half of MASH is showing.
They would just throw that on.
Right. But another Sherwood show that nobody saw anything from, which ran, and was funny because it only had 3 seasons, that ran forever and seemingly every day, everywhere in the world, was Gilligan's Island.
Right.
You know,
it's hard to imagine it only had 3 seasons.
Yeah.
It feels like they were on forever.
Yeah.
But
that show makes me so angry when I watch
Jimmy
it.
hates it.
I despise it.
You got a problem with it?
I do.
Why?
I don't like the laugh track. I don't like the Flintstones for the same reason. It makes me fucking nuts.
Jimmy's not a fan of the laugh track.
No, but I can't. I don't know why I don't like it in the
The laugh
cartoon.
track on there, maybe because nothing's funny, but there's a laugh track.
I liked it in the Brady Bunch. Like every time, you know, Mike would kiss Carol, they'd play a laugh track. They knew.
Because everyone else knew.
Yeah, they knew.
Nobody knew anything.
Gilligan's Island was just fun. As a kid, I didn't mind that show.
Yeah.
It was nonsense. But
I did. I like when Al, you know, it was just, they would go so far as, you know, I think, you know, Bob Denver would be acting stupid and Alan Hale would just turn and actually look in the camera once in a while.
Yeah.
He was so, you know.
Yeah, he was a
I've
great
had it.
actor.
Okay.
All right.
What do you want from me? I've been on an island 3 years.
I'm going to ask about Seinfeld, too. Is that the only episode you did?
Oh, no, that wasn't me. That's my clone.
It was actually, someone said you was an extra on Seinfeld in the Soup Nazi episode.
You know what? Somebody told me that yesterday, that I was standing in line with, boy, if I was in a blackout if that happened, because I don't
You don't remember this?
I do not remember it.
Imagine,
well, show him a picture. Let's see if it's I'm sure.
Imagine
you'd know because you get residual.
Imagine
checks.
if it's you. You would
It's
remember
not a cardboard cutout of me.
I think you would remember if you
course you
were
would.
in a Seinfeld episode, even if you were just an
absolutely
extra.
I would remember.
So it's not going to be you.
Imagine if the whole interview was structured around that one fact. Like all I wanted to do was get into this whole thing that happened on that episode,
And I just
wasn't
ran
you.
with it. Yeah, I could have said, well, that was a very interesting day.
Oh yeah, you could have really just thrown Seinfeld under the bus right there. I guess it wasn't you.
No.
All right.
I don't know how that rumor got started. Does it even look like you, Sam? Can you find the guy?
No, it just says it's on your IMDb bio.
Okay.
That you appeared as an extra in the classic 1995 episode of Seinfeld, The Soup Nazi. You can be seen, Gary, standing behind Jerry and George while they're queuing at the soup restaurant.
It doesn't say queuing. It says waiting for soup right here. You just added queuing to sound smart.
It says it. I'm not reading what you're reading.
All right.
Right. Okay.
Have no memory of it.
No, you weren't in it. You wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
I don't have to question that.
That would be great if it was you. And you've been in 7 other episodes and you just fucking blocked it out.
Right.
Just major scenes and just forgot. But you're here to promote Veep. Season 4.
Correct.
How's that going for you?
Really great.
Yeah.
We had a premiere the other night, and we showed 1 and 2. And they're really in great shape. And we go on April 12th.
Right.
And there's 10 more shows for this season, and hopefully more down the road.
It doesn't hurt to be on HBO.
No,
they kind of know how to do this thing.
Yeah, no, it's a great spot for it. They've really HBO's done a really good job with not only our show but a lot of shows and letting the creators just kind of get it off the ground and stay out of the way and develop them the way they want to develop them.
Yeah, they're so much better than everybody else. I mean, you'll find, like, I guess Cinemax has like one good show, or Showtime will have a couple ones, but it seems like HBO consistently has just the best shit.
No, they've got whatever their system is of development. They've got a handle on it. They pick good shows and once they're off the ground, they're also very good at getting them out there and marketing that. And that's a tough deal today. It's not just a slam dunk. You have to really figure out how to get it out there to people.
And I can't think of a bad HBO show. They haven't had one bust.
There's been some that haven't gone on as long. But
in general,
wasn't
they're all
Hung about a male escort or something. I don't know if that was HBO.
But they still have a
but I
good
don't know if it was
run.
bad.
Yeah. It's
They usually, like that show was, I think that lasted about 2 years, and it just was, numbers weren't where they wanted them, but it was still an interesting show,
right.
And provocative as well. It just, didn't do the business that they needed at the moment.
Lucky Louie only did one season.
Right.
There's a few, very few.
Jimmy was on Lucky Louie. You didn't recognize
that
him?
was Louie's first show.
Yeah,
what had like almost like the honeymooners looking set.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked that show.
Jimmy was on it.
Yeah.
He was a regular.
Yeah.
I was fatter.
He was a little chubbier back then, so that maybe that's why you don't recognize him as being a big HBO star.
Yes.
Jimmy's a big HBO
But it
star.
was like a really kind of a dumbed down set as far as dolling it up and making it beautiful.
You think that show would work now that Louie's fucking huge?
Louie does work.
Now we could probably,
But I liked it. It was a really good show, but maybe it was just too dark for people to accept or something. See, look,
Mike Haggerty.
Oh, you know Mike?
Yeah, I know Mike from Chicago.
Oh, that's right. He's a big Chicago guy. Yeah.
Show him Jimmy.
I'm looking at the three of them.
Yeah, me and Mike.
Much fatter.
I remember when he first got cast, how funny he was the only guy just destroying in the table. He's a funny bastard.
Yeah,
he
Mike's
played
great.
Louie's friend, Mike. The guy. And I haven't seen him since. I'm sure he's working and doing something.
Yeah, no, he's around. I've seen him on auditions a lot for stuff.
Oh, do you still have to audition?
It depends what it is. In that case, Mike and I it was a voiceover animation audition for a new Fox, and I think a show that Seth from MacFarlane was producing.
Did you get it? Because you have an amazing radio
I did not
voice.
get it, and I don't think he got it. I ran into Mike. I said, "Who got it?" He said, "Nobody got it." I think Seth's doing it.
What are we going to see on Veep this season? What can you tell us?
Well, she is the president. She was appointed last year,
right?
Only because the real president had to kind of excuse himself because of domestic situation. So she's in a kind of a funny spot, which is great for the show. She's the president, but she's also running for president for the following term. So there's going to be more of that. Campaigning, and basically it's the show is about her and her staff, and I guess what we've learned about political staffs is they spend 90% of their time just trying to put fires out,
right?
Because there's going to be mistakes. The question is, how do they either try to erase them or cover them up,
right?
And they sometimes make things worse, and that's normally what we do. Mm-hmm. Hence the comedy.
Did you talk to anybody who had done this for a living? You must have spoken to people.
It's funny, last year, we went as a cast to the correspondence dinner.
Oh, wow.
That was, it was wild, because we kept running into people who would identify themselves and which character they were in the show by what their,
who was yours?
I didn't run into too many of me.
Oh, okay.
Most of the men were saying, yeah, I'm kind of like that Dan guy who's like on our show is like, perfect looking dude, very energetic and, really sharp. And then there's a guy, the character that is named Jonah on the show, who's like a total, is annoying to everyone.
Right.
And of course, nobody identified themselves with that. Everybody thinks that the characters on the show are somebody else in Washington, not them. Right. But they're tuned into the show and they follow it pretty hardly.
I just assume if you do a show about the White House, they let you go there and kind of wander around.
Julia actually taped a bit for the correspondence dinner in the White House with Joe Biden.
Wow.
So that was a pretty big deal.
What did she have to say about Joe Biden?
They're friendly,
I love Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He seems just like a frat guy. Yeah. He's always just having a good time with everything.
Yeah.
He seems to not.
He's a happy, grateful man.
He doesn't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I like him because of politics or anything. I just like him
I've always
as a person.
Him. Yeah. I like his demeanor.
I like how he gets way too close to everybody and kisses inappropriately and hugs and
even Obama sometimes kind of tosses it off. I heard him a couple of times. Well.
That's
Joe.
Right, exactly.
I
don't. Yeah, it works.
You know what Joe meant by that.
Because I don't know, Obama's star with some charisma, but he's not. He's just kind of a
personality-wise. So,
I think,
so
yeah,
it's
but
good to have a Joe Biden
to
pump it up.
It's the media
has knocked him down.
Well, I just think it's the machinery. I don't know that it's him at all. I just think it's what you get 24/7, and that's tough to spin either way.
Right.
I think the vice president too. Like we've talked about this before. A lot of times the vice president, I think they really like when the vice president screws up a little bit because it will take the heat. It's almost like it can be the punching bag before you get to the top.
It's a diversion, sure.
Yeah, Quayle,
decoy.
Or Bush Senior, or who was Gore was boring. Whatever it is, they always find a label to put on the vice president, which is pretty negative. You never hear really positive labels about vice president.
Well, it's a thankless job. That's actually why initially that was the best. That's why they chose that job for the show, because it was it's a job that seemingly it sounds like it's really powerful. It's just a heartbeat away from the presidency. But in reality, if you're not sitting in the president's seat and you're the vice president, you have virtually no power. There's many more people with positions in the government that can actually put things in place and put things in motion than the vice president.
Right.
They've got a tiebreaker in the Senate and all that, but other than that, they do a lot of photo opping and showing up where the president doesn't want to show up.
It seems like a real easy job and a fun one.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great. Yeah.
A lot of travel.
Good gig, but it's not. Once in there, I guess it's not a real ego filler.
Oh, okay.
Got an awesome seat though for the State of the Union address.
Yeah.
Fucking best seat.
Apparently, Gary Cole was not in the Soup Nazi episode. I think we found the clip.
Yeah.
Why would people think that's you? Yeah, I mean a photo.
Is that you?
No, it's not.
No, of course it's not.
Oh, that's
I kind of get it from this angle.
You
like
do?
that. Maybe that's maybe.
Right.
But
we got to take one Office Space question from John in Missouri. John.
Yeah, I got a question. I just want to know how much ad-libbing, or if any, did you do during Office Space?
I did very little. There was ad-libbing during Office Space, but most of it didn't come from me. All of my mms and yes were, counted specifically by Mike Judge. I do know that one ad lib that made it in, which everybody likes, is John McGinley saying, Michael Bolton, love the guy. I celebrate his entire catalog.
Yes. That was an ad lib?
Yeah, that was McGinley.
Well, that's a good one right there. Let's say hi to Anne Marie in Long Island. Anne Marie. Are you still there, Anne Marie? Oh, hold on. Let me see if I did this right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead. Huge fan.
Okay. Hi, guys. Love the show. Glad to finally be on.
Great.
Gary, I have been watching you since Midnight Caller.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
That is when you hooked me in. And I've been watching your career ever since. I love you on The Good Wife, and I got to know which of all your parts is your personality to a T? Like, what are you the closest as?
Who am I the closest to, would you say? Is that what
Yes.
Well, Mike Brady, definitely.
She loves it.
Yeah. I would say that most closely captures my demeanor.
She's loving your answer. Oh, my God, Anne Marie. Jesus.
Oh, I love it.
You just love Gary Cole, huh?
I do. He's phenomenal. I've been watching him for years. I just went through, it was driving me crazy. I couldn't think of the name of Midnight Caller. And I just did IMDb, went all the way back.
It was Nighthawk.
Yeah, right.
I couldn't believe that I watched it that many years ago.
It is that many years ago. It is true.
How many years ago is that?
That was, Midnight Caller ran from 1988 through 1991.
No kidding.
And I watched every episode.
Wow.
It was phenomenal.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.
What was Midnight Caller?
Midnight Caller was a show on NBC about a guy who was a former cop, and then he hosted a radio show, Logical Progression. And his nickname was the Nighthawk. The show was Midnight Caller, but the character's nickname in the show was the Nighthawk because he was on from midnight to 3.
Right.
And you play with it was like a call-in show?
Yeah, it was a call-in show, and although we stretched plausibility because it was a call-in show, and yet in the middle of shows, inevitably somehow he had to leave the studio and solve crimes, and sometimes be back for the sign-off.
You were kind of like a superhero.
Exactly.
Was it good?
Billy, put on Inagata Davida. I'll be back. I'll be back in no time as soon as I get these bad guys, and I'll be back for the sign-off.
I used to do just that, Gary, just to go
Exactly. See, you know.
I worked at a tiny station in Geneva, New York, CQ 102, and I was so bored. I was just playing records. I was like, this is the dumbest, easiest job
Late
ever.
at night? I mean, what?
Late at night, overnights.
Okay.
And I would put on a longer record, and I would go to the McDonald's and get through the drive-thru and back before the song was over. And I would challenge myself.
Sure. How close you could push it?
I would challenge it.
Yeah.
It was close, trust me. But it would be about a 6 or 7 minute
And what long
thing.
plays would you use? Do you
I don't
remember any of
remember
those?
anymore. I believe one was Stairway to Heaven. I went with Stairway to Heaven. I'm trying to remember the others.
Stairway is, I know that because I dial it up all the time. Stairway's about 8 minutes.
Wow, you know this
8 or
shit
10
still,
minutes,
huh?
yeah.
I would push play, and I would be gone.
Yeah.
I think I even started the car before, pulled it up to the door. It's coming back to me a little bit, but I pulled it off.
Nice.
I had a couple times where it was a little dead air, but like I said, it was the middle of the night. No, who cares?
Right.
How about Alice's Restaurant? That's a good
Alice's
long one.
Restaurant.
Fucking despise that song.
You don't like when they play that every Thanksgiving?
Hate it. I don't know if I've ever hated anything more than the tradition.
I don't
of
mind that they
song.
play it. I mind that they promote it like it's the greatest thing that has ever happened to radio. Don't forget, once again this year.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's
Just
really
play
bad.
it.
So why did the show end? Did it not get ratings, or did they just?
It did well.
Not a good run.
It was a moderately successful show. It went for 2 seasons, and then it had the dreaded time slot switch.
Oh no! From when to when?
We were on Tuesday nights at 10, primo spot.
Not Fridays.
We went to
boy.
hello graveyard, Friday at 10. And I remember our producer kind of whistling in the dark, saying, "I think this will be a good change for us." Yeah. I think we'll find another audience. I said, "Yeah, you mean the one that's not home?"
Right.
Yeah. Why do they do that to shows? Like, what works on a Friday?
Well, in our case, they put a little show in there. They were trying to launch, doing a little experiment, and they actually promised us, well, we'll probably, you'll probably get your slot back, but we're going to test this little show here. It's called Law and Order. So
How'd it do?
they stayed there for the next 20 years, and
You're still waiting for the call.
I'm running around still. There you go.
Well, that's a lot of crime.
show.
Yeah.
You could solve a lot of crimes in 20 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, a lot to choose from.
Imagine they call you back filing. All right, we're ready. We're ready to bring you back to the suite.
Law and Order's
slot.
just getting irritating. Now we're gonna have to put you back on. I kind of like the idea that the
What do you
cop
mean?
that solves crimes.
What do you mean Gary's got to go? I feel like this is going well.
We're enjoying Gary.
Yeah, we're enjoying Gary.